Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The job market that Generation COVID is facing is harder and different. Of course, my advice varies with the client, but here are some areas that I've invited clients to consider. Large employers. In a tough economy, with people having less to spend and who are more cautious about spending, large employers are the ones most likely to stay afloat. Of course, the largest employer is government. It offers the additional benefit of being the last bastion of predominantly full-time, fully benefited, fully vacationed positions. Plus, government, at the federal level, state level, local level, and regional level, hire the widest range of people, from psychologists to scientists, cyber sleuths to site selectors, analysts to dentists, managers to magistrates, map makers to marshals. Even under GOP leadership, government has been willing to go deeper in debt in response to COVID. Polls suggest that the Dems will do well in the fall, which should result in even more government spending and hiring. Companies that provide basics. If the Dems indeed do well in the fall, corporations that are at all controversial will particularly be in government's crosshairs. Because of that, and the likely continuing decline in the public's purchasing power, companies that produce the basics are safer bets. Just one example, Procter & Gamble. It makes, for example, Tide detergent, Crest toothpaste, Gillette razors, Charmin toilet paper, and yes, Purell hand sanitizer. Companies that comport with democratic priorities, for example, alternative energy and mass transit manufacturers, producers of meat substitutes, businesses and nonprofits that are aimed at helping people of color, companies that repurpose corporate headquarters into infill housing. COVID's work-home restriction is showing employers that they can have happier, less distracted, commute-free employees while saving rent by moving smaller versions of their offices to lower-cost locales where employees live. Combine that with the environmentalist desire to reduce our driving, and there should be growth in firms that convert downtown offices into small apartment units. Next-generation online education producers. Past decades have seen increased disenchantment with traditional higher education's cost-benefit, but online courses and degree programs also suffer from widespread dissatisfaction and low completion rates. That's largely because online courses tend to be largely mere portings of in-person courses and without the chemistry of in-person classmates and instructors. Online courses could be far more engaging if taught not by professors who typically get hired and promoted heavily on their research, but by people who are gifted at teaching and at motivating. Combine that with greater use of immersive interactivity, for example, virtual reality, as a way to help students understand what's really going on in the human body, and online education 2.0 could be a next big thing. Intermediate healthcare. Especially if the Democrats win in the fall, we will likely soon have some sort of national health care, equally covering rich and poor. That, along with the likely enduring recession, will increase pressure to control costs. Hence, ever more work that was performed by physicians, physical therapists, etc., are going to be done by lower-cost physician assistants, physical therapy assistants, audiology assistants, nurse anesthetists, and so on. Under-the-radar genomics. The promise of genomics to make breakthroughs in physical and mental health has caused an oversupply in the field's PhDs. More under the radar, and thus more accessible and with less education, are jobs in regulatory compliance, biostatistics, and intellectual property. Offshore and automation-proof hands-on careers. Even before COVID made us communicate more virtually, there's been growth in the need for technicians, electricians, cable and wireless network installers and repairers. That will likely continue. An idea for the not technical? Hair cutter. It ranks among the highest in job satisfaction surveys. And finally, alternative burials. The funeral industry is ripe for reinvention. It's expensive, religion-centric in a time when no religion is the fastest growing religion, and the process is often clunky. I could see, consistent with the law, ceremonies led by an officiant, religious or not, at the gravesite, on land or at sea. Skip the funeral home, the fancy casket, and the limo. Generation COVID isn't going to have it easy. But if you pick a career from among those I've just discussed, which fits your strengths, weaknesses, and preferences, and then you get well-trained, keep learning, work hard and ethically. My money is on you. In any event, I thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and I especially like it if you hit the share button below and share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I'm flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.